So today is going to be about 98 degrees. We'll see where we get at by the end of the day. But on days like this, when it's going to be really hot, not only for my benefit of staying out of the heat, but honestly, to keep these animals as healthy as I possibly can, I'm out here early so that these guys, like I'm going to let, you can see her standing up right there. Anyway, I'm going to let Aurora and Kelly out on pasture real quick. I'm going to let Piglet go out with them. And actually, so this is summertime for most of you, but my youngest is still in school, so I'm trying to juggle this. I just got my husband out the door. The youngest goes out the door here soon, so I've got to run back in the house, get him finished for getting ready for school. And then my oldest, he decided to take some summer school courses to advance his learning. He didn't fail any classes, nothing like that, but they offered a welding program this summer, and he's been doing welding. I think this was his third year or so. Anyway, he's going to go do welding again over the summer and learn some more. And there's 2 other classes he signed up to do also. So anyway, he's a go-getter. Anyway, where am I at? So it's early, and I've got to get these critters out so that they can be eating and digesting, so they can digest all day long, but not be hot. And on a day like today, I feed a lot of alfalfa to certain goats because we're getting weight on different ones and this and that. But alfalfa is a hot feed, and some of them they get grain. So like grain, I've got to get grain to everybody right now this morning while it's nice and cool. And then everybody else is getting grass hay this morning. But I need to get the ones that are going out on pasture. I need to get them out on pasture before the sun is just beating down on them. And yeah, just got to get everything started early today. And so we're going to do that. Good morning, babies. Good morning, babies. Piglet right here. She's going to go out here in a minute. Yes, you are. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. And Aurora, she's going to go out. So anyway, these guys are going out on pasture. The piggies. Hi, pigs. After I get all of these guys out, I'm going to pull pens. So all the bedding you see in like this pen here will go tossed into the pigs. They love sifting through it, and it helps create a compost for the future gardens. There's a bird right there hanging out. The birds have discovered that the pig pen is like the most amazing place to hang out and watch, because there's all sorts of amazing kitchen scraps and goodies that they're going to be able to get their little beaks on and try. So anyway, let these girls out. Usually these 2 run right out here on pasture, but they're being really finicky, like they're looking for something. So I'm going to kind of walk around real quick and see if there's any legit reason to be worried about the pasture. We might have had a raccoon or a fox come through during the evening or the night or earlier this morning. Oh, morning goat stretches. But yeah, we're going to walk around, check the field, see. It's all right. Yeah. Oh, itchy spots. I mean, from just a visual, everything looks fine. I think you guys are being scaredy cats. Really, truly, I think you are. All right, I'm going to go grab Piglet, and then I'm going to walk to the pasture. Piglet's out here now. Good morning, Bobby. How are you this morning? All right, watch out, ladies. Let's look around. Sometimes the world is just scary, I guess, to a goat. There could have been a legit reason why they're freaking out. We get foxes and fun things through here. There's something in that tree back there. We do, because we live on this canal, and it is a path for, of all things, I mean, this is Nampa, Idaho. But, I mean, heck, I grew up in Meridian, Idaho, where we had the same dang problem. Anyway, oh, it's a squirrel. I don't know if you guys can see him on camera. But when I grew up in Meridian, we had a cougar that would come through often, because we lived right along the Boise River, the South Fork, where it had split. Anyway, so we grew up on the river, and we had to worry about cougars. And of all darn things, here on this canal here, that feeds the irrigation, we get a cougar about every other year. And if it's not the cougar, then we get a bobcat. So, I mean, the goats have a legit, if they're acting funky, it could be a legit reason. And then I have a neighbor that encourages people to bring him foxes and raccoons and wonderful critters of that nature, if they catch them, he says, please bring them to my property and let them loose. Well, you can imagine what kind of trouble that can bring to us, having those types of animals here, free ranging. I can't even tell you guys how many numbers of chickens we lost. One year we lost over 24 turkeys, -1. And another year I lost 2 baby goats because of it. And it stressed the mom so bad that she ended up dying as well, which totally sucked all the way around. So whenever the goats are being off, I just kind of look around. I'm looking right here, I'm focusing right here just because that's where my tallest grass is. That's my compost pile. But honestly, there's nothing out here. And these guys have totally chilled out, as you can see. You guys are just being funky this morning. Yes. Alright, I have to go get John up, make him breakfast, and he's having cold lunch today, so I gotta make his cold lunch. Are you guys mad at me? I took Mom away. But you know you're gonna get your own grain in a minute that you don't have to share. Yeah, you just have to share with each other. You don't have to share with Mommy. Rain and 2.0 are just not exactly thrilled with me. Boing, boing, boing. What is the matter? She'll be right back in an hour. They get 1 hour to go outside and eat. You're fine. Mom can have an hour break. Yeah. Nikki cracks me up. So every morning, Nikki is like that mom that desperately needs that cup of coffee, and her kids are absolutely insane. And she just wants that cup of coffee. Like, so, in other words, she wants her morning grain. And these two are some of the bounciest kids. And, oh yeah, she's not happy with me. I don't have the grain, forget it, we're not talking. But the look on her face some mornings, she's just like, no, I can't do this. Forget it. And actually, she's going to get her summertime haircut today. Because of this high heat. The Nigerians handle the heat fairly well. They're similar to the Boer goats. But I am going to go ahead and give her a summertime haircut. Hi, little man. What are you doing? Hi, little man. Hi, little girl. Hi, sneakers. So anyway, yep, as soon as I get John on the bus and I make sure that Henry's up for his, so John goes to school, his bus gets here around 8 a.m., and then Henry will leave about 8:45-ish probably for his welding class. And I can get 1 goat done in there, so I'll do Piglet because she's easy. And then I'll wrestle with Nikki there. And she's looking at me like, no, you're not. Anyway, 2 more to get their summer haircuts today. If you noticed in the video, Aurora and Nikki look a little different. That's because they got their summertime haircuts yesterday. And they were just loving it. So, anyway, 2 more to do today. Tomorrow's going to be fun. I'll show you why. So, we were going to do BJ today. But then Henry got the email saying that his welding class was starting a week early. So, instead of starting, well, excuse. I'm sorry. Was I ignoring you, happy butt? Huh? Anyway, Henry's welding class, hi BJ, hi sweet boy, starts a week early. We was supposed to start next week. They're starting tomorrow or today, which is fine. So we were gonna do this guy today. We were gonna shave him, do his feet, make him look pretty. You're being redonkulous. Yes, you are. Jealousy, oh my gosh. So tomorrow we'll wrestle with BJ. This fur ball is getting a haircut and his feet trimmed. You're a fur ball. You're ridiculous. You are just an attention hog. Yes. All right, I gotta go wake up a John. You're just being flat weird this morning. Yeah, you. She's in a playful mood. Nice cool weather this morning. They just want to play. But don't those two look so pretty in their summertime haircuts? Their hair trimmed, looking nice. Pretty girls. Aurora, how can you possibly be chewing your cud already? You just barely went out to pasture. You don't even have anything in there to chew. So on mornings like today, when you're balancing kids and getting the husband out to, out the door to work and everything like that, and then add to it that I'm shaving a couple goats today, giving them their summer haircut. Man, oh man, it can be, and I'm trying to race the heat. Like, that's the whole point. I'm trying to race the heat. So this morning at 6 when we got up, it was 57 degrees, and now we're at 64. But it sure doesn't feel like it. It's like if you get into the sunny spots, like I'm in the shade right now, it feels pretty nice right here in the shade. But I've already been sweating. I mean, I've been up and down, doing all sorts of the farm chores here, homestead chores. And I also have to rake out pens. I rake the pens out in the morning so that we can keep the bugs down. It's sanitary. Duh, it's what you do. You keep clean pens, clean animals. And I'm talking to you guys. But my mind is like, okay, we got to race the heat. Want a video for you guys. And add to it all these extra chores. And I'm like, but it's all right. You get through it. That's if anybody tries to sell you that homesteading is easy, just have a plan. Just have a schedule. Dude, you guys, sometimes that schedule goes right out the door. Plan for days. Isn't that funny? Plan for days when your schedule goes out that door. So it's one of those days. I'm going to go grab me a Piglet, the goat, and make her very unhappy giving her a haircut. Now you can't see her. She's got her butt facing us behind you can see her little head there. Anyway, Nikki, the mama goat over there, she keeps giving me nasty looks because I haven't grained her yet. And that's because I'm going to grain her when I put her up here on the stand to keep her occupied while I give her a haircut, like Miss Piggy's getting. Henry's getting ready to leave right now for welding class. He'll be gone for a couple hours. Where's he going, Piglet? There goes Henry. All right. Back to finishing your haircut, because right now it looks kind of scary. Nikki, you're next. I'm going to go ahead and rake out these girls' pen. This is Rain and 2.0. Piglet is their mom. She'll be coming in here in a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to rake out their pen. It's working out beautifully. There's still shade right here. Tell you what, though, the sun, if you're standing in that sunlight, it is cooking. I know now my goat stand is in the sun, so over there where I've been shaving, it's getting pretty warm. So it's going to be a bit of a warm time doing Nikki here in a few minutes. But that's okay. I just want to get her done so she's not suffering in the heat. Miss Sassy Butt there. That goat would probably not let anybody know if she was uncomfortable because she's just always in a mood. Hi, girls. What are you doing? Hi, girls. Hi, girls. Hi. What are you doing? All right, let me rake this pen out. Here we go. One clean goatee pen. Clean water bucket, fresh cool water. They spilled their grain. Typical goat move. I'm about to go get some more minerals for their mineral feeder. And they're in here. Hi, girls. Ah, did I scare you? I'm sorry. All right, time to go get your mommy. Thankfully, Piglet doesn't mind that the little stinkweeds dumped the grain bin. I managed to get most of it up there on that block, but here she's spilling it off the sides. Goats, yeah. I try to make sure everything's in bins and feeders, but I tell you, goats just find a way to make a mess no matter what. She sure looks different than she did this morning. Nikki, you big fur ball. Oh, you're next. Okay, guys, this is the last look at the fur ball. Yep, Nikki has no idea what's in store for her. I bet you she has never in her life been shaved. When I got her, I bet she'd never had her feet trimmed. You guys wouldn't believe her feet when we first got her. It was horrendous. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. Some goats, their feet grow really, really long, really fast. But as wild as she was, and as long as her feet were, and the way they looked, and the way her ankles had some collapse issues, oh my heck, this poor goat was... She was being bred because her color was fancy. Now, I did get her because her color is fancy. I'm not going to lie. But I've owned her now for I think 3 years, and this is the first year that I bred her. So I'm not just breeding to breed. You know, I specifically found a really nice buck to complement her bloodlines, and I wanted to give her a good life too. I didn't want her to have to spend her whole life terrified of people. I mean, now she comes up to me, "Hi, sweet girl." She knows what cookies are. She loves her grain, and you guys wouldn't believe it. I'm gonna have to put the tripod on the camera because she actually will come up when it's grain time and let me just love all over her. Now I really can't grab at her much, but I can still love on her, which is just a huge thing from where we were when she first came and even this last year. She's just really developing her personality towards people. It's just becoming more welcoming, and it's just been such a phenomenal journey to be on with her. Nikki is back in with her babies, none the worse for wear, at least as far as I'm concerned. She probably is not happy with me, but that's okay. She'll get over herself. It was just something to learn about today. We'll just keep working with her. She'll get better. I don't know how hot it was when I started with her, but that's been about 2 hours ago, I think, because it's 11:40 now and it's 83 degrees and I'm dying. So I just topped off all the goat waters, brought these girls in. The pigs just got fresh water to play in. Yeah, I am hot and a little bit miserable, and I'm gonna go get some cold water, and I'm gonna go jump in a shower and get all this goat hair off of me. Let me turn this around. Hot and miserable homesteader. I am covered in goat hair. So I'm gonna go get a shower because there's nothing like I can't even stand going and getting a haircut and then having hair on me and it itches. So I just did 2 goats. That's a lot of hair. I'm gonna go get a shower. John's home from school and he's checking out Piglet, seeing her nice new haircut. She's showing off. Piglet, you're fat. You're so fat.
And earlier, rain was popping over.
Yeah, I wish I'd had the camera on. So when we first came over here, they were all in the back, in their house back there, and didn't want to come out because it's nice and shady in there. And like Piglet's in there, and then Rain, the little one here in the front, she literally lays over on her side and puts her head out the door like, "Hi, we're so comfy, we're not coming out." And then I went and got the cookies. I said cookie, and that's all it took. They decided to come. She's like, "Cookie? Cookie? Oh, get mom. Get her." Double trouble attack. And Nikki, she got her hair cut.
Hey, I should put you back on a diet.
Piglet needs a diet. She says, "We don't say that word. We don't believe in that word. No."
I snorted.
Yeah, I know she's snorting. And the pigs are over there. They have been playing in their pool. I need to add more water to it. Just keep coming out here every couple hours. Actually, to be honest, about every hour and a half, because I just can't stand not knowing if they're okay. So, okay, let's be honest, every hour. Sometimes it doesn't even take an hour, and then I've got to come out and check on them. I just don't want anything to happen to the critters. So, but they're doing okay. I didn't even check what the temperature was right now. It's got to be in the 90s. What are you doing? Yeah. He likes going and seeing the pigs. Careful, there you go. Piglet's like, "What are you doing?"
I'm trying to get me down.
She's gonna chew on your feet. The pig's over there itching his hiney. And don't pet them, they're all muddy and gross. They're gross. They're hoping you've got treats. Butters, what are you doing? He looks like he's smiling. It's a smiling pig. Piggy, 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 piggies. Piggy, 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 piggies. He likes to be up there on the roof and play, and he'll sit on the roof, and Aurora will go over there and like rub her head on his shoes. Yeah, it is hot. Be careful, honey bun. As far as Aurora is concerned, these are her kids. Henry and John have always been her kids. You gonna hide in the shade, Aurora?
And Piglet.
Yeah. So these older girls, those are their kids. Well, I need to get the hose on and add more cold water to everybody. Huh, pigs and cold water. Butters, you're so big your head doesn't quite fit through there anymore. The little red Duroc, he likes to stick his head through the panel.
Hey, his eye fixed up.
Yeah, it's getting better. He has when we bought him, they said he had his eye had probably been bumped, and so he's had this weird lump underneath his eye, and it seems to be getting better. Looks like it's probably going down. Yeah, I guess it is. Looks a little better. It's a good thing.
I'm going inside and get ready to go.
So John says he's going to go inside, and he's going to go get in his, sometimes he calls it a hot tub, and sometimes he calls it a pool. So you go over there and get it ready if you want, and then I'll come over there and we can show everybody what you're talking about. These goofy pigs, they just love their little water tub. And Butters is in there soaking up, splashing. Yeah, when it's hot like this, they're either hanging out in the shade or hanging out in their water and making a big old mess. Huh, Butters? You feel good, buddy? Goofy pig. So you know what's funny, you guys? Okay, so I just gave these girls and Piglet a cookie. These are another one of the snacks that they get. It's a horse cookie. And this one here is having no part. Nikki, come here, I got a cookie. Come here. Look what I got. She's so mad at me. She's not having it. She's like, nope, forget it. Oh, I made the goat mad. And not only did she get a haircut and get her hair trimmed and feet trimmed, but she's wearing a collar. I have not made her wear a collar the entire time she's lived here because I just want her to feel comfortable. It's time to advance our partnership. Huh, Nikki? Can we do that? Can we advance our partnership? Not talking to me. She's having nothing of it. So I'm letting the water run out of the hose, cleaning off my mat. On days like today, so it's currently 92 degrees. We're actually in an extreme weather warning because of the extreme heat. Anyway, when you first turn on your hoses, make sure, please, that you're not aiming that at a person or an animal or anything important. That water is going to come out so hot, it's dangerous. Anyway, it's 92 degrees outside right now, and I'm adding more water to all of them, making sure they've got nice cool water to drink. You know, Bobby, if I just let it kind of overflow, he likes standing in it a little bit. Usually my rule around here is I don't like any mud puddles in the pens with overflow, stuff like that. But today I'm going to make an exception, and then tomorrow it's going to be like 100. Today I am making an exception for these animals so they've got a cool place where they can stand. And then like under here, this is where he likes to stand in the shade. I've just been watering it down, and I'm doing the same thing for the goats in their shady zones where they like to lay. I'm watering it down. It's not the greatest because it can increase the chance of pests. That's why I like to rake these out every single morning. So that way, hopefully take away the manure, take away the pests in the soil. But, yeah, today it's just going to be, it's just going to be one of those days where healthy animals is the most important thing. So watering down their soil, just everything I can do to water it down and help them keep cool, keep them happy. I'm not spraying the animals. You can cause a lot of health issues spraying an animal. If they come to the water and they're willing to get into it, then I will let them explore the water and get wet at their choice. But I'm not going to like shoot the water at an animal and get them wet. You guys know what that's like on a cold day where somebody like splashes, or a hot day, somebody splashes with you with water or aims a hose at you. It's not the funnest. You know, it might cool you down, but I mean, if I have an animal in distress, then yeah, I'm gonna cool them off. But yeah, it's just one of those days. It's hot. The pigs have some synchronized bellies, or he's using the rock to itch his side there. Butters is like, move, I need the rock. Oh my goodness. They were just having a blast playing in the water after I cooled off their water. I had to refill the tub twice. Hi, Miss A. Hi's a girl. Synchronized piggy scratches. Oh, look at that. Happy pigs. I also wetted down where their shady area is back there. I wetted it down. That way it's nice and cool for them. I just wetted down in the barn area right there, this little goat barn. I wetted the floor down in the shade. She's hoping I've got another cookie. I actually have a tin of them over here, but I'm not going to tell her that. And I just wetted down this pen where Piglet and the babies are. Like I said, usually my rule is keep the water out of the goat pens. It keeps pests away, keeps down health issues. But when it's this hot and the sun is going to be solarizing that soil and the goats desperately need ways to stay cool, you came out. You came out to see me? Okay, fine. I will get the you-know-what that you know I have. Cookies? You want cookies? Nikki, you want some cookies? Oh, Aurora just heard it. See, she's looking at me. She's like, cookies? Hold on. Want some cookies? Come here. Come here, Nikki. Here you go, baby. Oh, hold on, sorry. Come down to your level. There you go. Piglet, honey, do you want a cookie? Here, Aurora. Kelly, want your cookie? Good girl. Come here, Piglet. Down at your level. Come here, sweetie. Oh, cookies. You guys are spoiled. This is what homesteading is supposed to look like. You're not supposed to be hiding inside just because it's 92 degrees outside and you're miserable. It's not hiding inside when it's negative 10 outside and you're cold. It's being out here and doing what your animals need you to do. Like this morning, I got up extra early to try to do all the feeding because these guys can get belly aches so easily if they're eating during the middle of the day when it's hot like this. So, I mean, they have food. Everybody's got some food in front of them if they want it. But the problem is I haven't eaten anything today. I have been drinking a lot of water. I had some Gatorade. I had one of those mineral waters. But it's so hot, I don't want to eat. I don't feel good. And animals, especially goats, man, they can be the same way. So I fed everybody really early when it was nice and cool. And then they've all got some grass hay in front of them. Some of them do have some leftover alfalfa they're finishing. But grain and alfalfa and everything like that, yeah, they need to be eating because they're ruminants and, you know, it's what keeps them going. But it's also, I don't know, you've got to be on top of, you know, you can't be sleeping in, you can't be not doing what your animals need you to do. So, I don't know, I've seen so many people that are like, oh, it's hot, I don't want to go out there. Well, why do you have animals? You know, like I was out here earlier and was doing some stuff. Next thing I know, I felt really lightheaded. I got really shaky and just feeling like, oh my goodness. And I actually took the hose thinking our water's drinkable. I probably would have drank it anyway. I was drinking as much out of the hose as I could. And I was soaking my head and my hands trying to cool off because I had just overdone it a little bit. And then I went inside after I made sure the animals were good and took care of myself, got a cold shower. But, you know, first and foremost, I mean, true, if something happened to us, then the animals would be in a worse predicament than they're in, you know. But you got to put your comfort second to your animals. I guess that's where I'm going. I guess I'm on a soapbox today. Sorry. I don't try to do those days, but there's days I'm like, no, you gotta step up. The Boer goats had been hiding in their house where it's nice and shady, and then I wetted it down for them. And now they're out here hanging out. The girls are investigating the feeder. Pop-Tart's just, doing whatever Pop-Tart's doing, lazing in the sun. And that's Boer goats for you. As much hair as they've got on them, they're just bred for the heat. They're bred for this. And they're just living life. Oh, Pop-Tart. You goofy boy. He's getting itchy scratchies. He's rubbing his itchy spots. Are you being silly? Are you being silly? Chocolate Chip's trying to rub some itchy spots. Nope, nope, back to investigate the feeder. And Squash is investigating her hay. That time of day again. Time for another water check. I ended up feeding Bobby, even though it's a bit earlier than I would have preferred to have fed him. He gets rather vocal in the evening when it's his food time, whether or not, you know, his schedule, his schedule, and you better be going with it. So anyway, went ahead and fed him, but it's getting late enough in the evening here where it's cooling off, so went ahead and fed him. But we hit 95 degrees, or yeah, 95. So our projected temperature today was 96. I don't think we'll end up hitting it just because we're at that time of day where it starts to cool off. But you never know. It might just happen. BJ, you're breathing hard, bud. Tomorrow you get your haircut, sweet man. Tomorrow morning. Actually, if Henry's not too tired from work, it depends on what all they put him through today. I might see if he wants to help me tag team him tonight and just get his haircut done tonight. I'm going to go ahead and wet down the ground where he likes to stand. But anyway, yeah, he's hot. I think maybe Henry, if he's feeling up to it, we'll just give him his haircut tonight. Poor guy. Because in about, let's see, about another hour, the shade will be back to this part of our property, roughly an hour, hour and a half. And that kind of coincides with when he'll be getting home from work. So maybe you just get your haircut tonight, you big fur ball.